A bowl of grits for breakfast. It's man with ham for breakfast. It's scrambled with cheese for breakfast. Get on my knees, say please for breakfast. I've come a long way for breakfast. I'm happy to pay for breakfast. It's such a nice day for breakfast. Gonna change my name to breakfast. Don't make enough time for breakfast. Not supposed to drink wine for breakfast. Better wait in line for breakfast. You better stay away from my breakfast. Gonna use a gift card for breakfast. Gonna try real hard for breakfast. Start our hearts in the barn for breakfast. Can't see the big ball of yarn for breakfast. Have a moment to talk about breakfast. Don't think I can live without breakfast. Plant a seed and watch it sprout breakfast. If you hear me, then holler out breakfast. I've come a long way for breakfast. I'm happy to pay for breakfast. It's such a nice day for breakfast. Gonna change my name to breakfast. Don't make enough time for breakfast. Not supposed to drink wine for breakfast. Better wait in line for breakfast. You better stay away from my breakfast. Gonna use a gift card for breakfast.
Yeah. This, to set some expectations, is going to be a mucho rapidamente. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but this is going to be a very, very quick episode of the Smoke and Chat, as it is named Quickie. First and foremost, welcome to each and every one of you here. I'm Yonder. Please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if it suits your fancy, and share this thing if you want. I didn't share it. I didn't share it nowhere. So whoever gets this gets it. Whoever don't can watch it later. So to catch you up on oh man, you know what I need? I need something in the background here. What can we do with this? Let's do let's just do this. And this isn't fun. This thing that I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to put something back there, but it's not. That's not good there. And then we'll do there we go. All right. What's up, Jade? What's up, Jason? What's up, Pooter? Oh. Pretty sleepy. I just ate just about all that food except for 3 hot dogs, which are wrapped away. I ate 4 red hots, and then I ate a box of shells and cheese with 3 hot dogs cut up in that, and also a whole sautéed onion and a few strips of bacon. So pretty sleepy. My body is in digestive mode right now. I am smoking on sour straws. Sour straws. Very, very nice. I don't know if I get in trouble for this, will I? If I do, oh well. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. But I really want to watch this new Netflix show, Tires, and also have 2 live Kill Tonys that I need to watch. And I'd plan on doing that tonight, but I felt like I needed to do something because I've been streaming like every day. Well, not every day, but I've been streaming every chance I get for finishing up Baldur's Gate. But now that I realize that I'm kind of in the final battle, and just I ended up losing a lot of allies right there towards the end, and I'm just not comfortable with my gameplay, and I think to go back to the point to where those decisions were made that would lead me where it's led me is yeah, it is, what's the word? It really discourages me. It's discouraging to think about having to go back and redo all this shit that I had done just to make the thing end like I wanted to end. I don't think it's going to end like I wanted to end no matter what. So I kind of feel like I just want to get through the game now and be done with it, but to be honest, yeah, I don't know. The dwarf that I killed from the windmill, like that poor guy, like that was just like that was before I knew. Oh shit, I could just F5 and go back. That was one of the first things. But yeah, poor guy. This movie is Fear Street, Part 2, 1978. That's not the year it came out. That is the year it is based on. Part 1 is 1994, Part 2 is 1978, and Part 3 is 1666. So, this is the second installment of the Fear Street series, taken from the great mind of R.L. Stine, who was probably my favorite author. Like so many Goosebumps books. What if you guys can see him? Well, hold on. The whole bottom shelf there is all like Goosebumps books. I'm only missing like 16. And I have a complete original collection. Minus like 16 books. But R.L. Stine was the shit. And anything that comes out Goosebumps related or Fear Street related, I'm all about it. I really like his way of writing. I like the ghost stories that are palatable for children. You know, like it was like an intro to horror because like they're scary enough, you know. They're scary enough for it to be like it gets you into like the window of fear, but it doesn't scare you bad enough to like make you have nightmares when I was a kid. But I just remember reading one year my aunt, my great aunt, she was a teacher, and she had confiscated a bunch of Goosebumps books from kids because they would have them in class and not supposed to be reading those instead of that. Which is, looking back now, it's like, wow, they punish kids for reading recreationally. And that's shitty. But my aunt had a handful of them that she gave me one time that she had confiscated from kids. And man, I fell in love with those books. Yeah, the what was it called? Slappy's Revenge. What was the first one of that called? Slappy's Revenge was the second one. The first one was called shit, I forget what it was called. But I'm sure I've got it. There's a couple of really rare ones though that are hard to get. But it's just like the letters looked so cool, and I remember like tracing the outline. Yeah, I mean it's cool like that. It's like full on nostalgia, man. Like just the font of the book, the way that it comes off of the page a little bit, the way that it's raised. This is number 53. I think there are If I'm not mistaken, I think there are 62 originals. Or there may be 54 originals, but like, see the chapter, the numbers look like scary and whoever had this book got scared of it, looks like, because they stabbed the chicken girl in the face a bunch with something. Looks like a thumbtack they put through the girl's face. This is the newest one that I have. Damn, some of those go all the way through from the back, too. There's a couple of... These are all like... They're covered in dust. Welcome to Dead House. Stay out of the basement. Monster Blood. Say Cheese and Die. I remember that one. The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. See, this is 1 through 6. But they're just... They're so... They smell so good, man. Like... Nothing smells quite like the books. They're so... It's one thing that's worth keeping is a record collection and a book collection. Let me put these back away. I forget which ones I'm missing, but I might have. I know I messaged my boy Gino a long time ago the ones that I was missing. Because he was trading in books at that time. So I'm sure I messaged him. I know. Where are you at, Gino? There you go. Okay. I am missing numbers. Here, let me just copy this. Copy text. DM to my PC Discord account. Come here. Copy. Yeah, 62 originals. Copy. And then Why is this not? Come on, man. The fuck? Why am I not allowed to? Oh, Lord. Hold on a second there, then. What's happening here? Why is everything going so slow all of a sudden? All right. Good Lord, this is taking forever. There you go. What's up, dog? All right. Let me go back to this. It's much easier to do this shit on. Hell yeah. Thanks, dude. That was a fun little set. Those over at Vulcan. Doing them again this week. On Saturday. Doing 2 on Saturday. You get a wrench. So, yes, it took me that long to look through DMs of the exact numbers I'm missing. So I didn't have to just count them all again. Anyway. There we go. Now we're back. Oh shit. That's what's up, dog. Had a good one tonight up at the Secret Show. Yeah, Secret Show pre-show was good. The show was excellent. I already told you guys in that last stream we got to see Joey, Uncle Joey. We got to see Theo. Man, Austin's where it's happening right now, man. If you're into comedy or the arts of any kind, this is where it's going down. And it's obvious. And anybody who's not here is watching what's going on here. It's the first time I ever lived anywhere like this, a place where like everybody really wants to be like this. The way that LA used to be, they used to describe LA as being. That's how Austin feels now. Just the land of to chase your dreams. This is where you go to chase your dreams. And that's what's happening, man. Like, that's really what's happening. And to be honest, if you get out here and if you get out here and you pay into the, if you pay into the universe, it'll reward you. You'll get what you give. Yeah, who knows, man? I will say this. I mean, if you're close enough to where you can drive to Austin, that's kind of like the best of both worlds because you get to be here. And if you got like regular jobs and shit, to really experience Austin, you either have to to experience the comedy scene in Austin. And that, honestly, that's kind of the only measuring stick that I have to hold up at this point because I know a little bit about the music scene in Austin, but not near as much as I do the comedy scene. So like to really experience Austin, you have to work at one of the clubs or just not have a job and be able to just be part of the hang all the time. But yeah, this is still, it's fun to be alive at the same time as this happening, even as a comedy fan. Like all the podcasts that they get and all the cool Kill Tony streams that are happening now and all this stuff. Like it's really cool to just be on Earth at the same time as all of this shit that's happening. It's like, it's crazy that we get all of these comedians right now, like the best to ever do it. Like we live through some of the best to ever do it. I'm gonna be on some podcast soon, man. I'm coming. I ain't going nowhere, dude. I'm sitting here. I'm waiting. I'm biding my time. It's happening in its own time, you know. I had really good luck with the Kill Tony sets for all those years that I was working at Vulcan. Had a lot of good luck with that bucket. So I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just putting in my work. That way the next time y'all hear my name come out of that bucket, I will be over a year more funny. Oh, I washed my hair today. I've been breaking out. Well, you know, here's the thing about that is still I go out and I do my time there and I work and then I just come home. I really got to get better about hanging out. I think that they were kind of like wanting me to come hang out tonight, but I needed to pack my guitar up because I left my guitar on stage the whole time today. And all of them were going over to Mitzi's. And I think that they really not really wanted me to go. It's not like everybody was depressed that I wasn't going to hang out, but like I just see so many other people that are like, oh, can I go in with you? Because if I walk in with you, it's okay. And I don't want to be like, hey, can you get me in? I never want to do that. I never want to be that guy that's like, hey, can I be your plus one over here? Even though people have invited me. Like I think I have an open invitation to get in there. But I don't know. I just don't want anybody to think that I'm sucking up, you know, or I'm like I don't want them to think I'm just like, hey, I'm putting my face in front of your face. You remember I exist, right? You haven't forgotten that I exist, right? Yeah, I have to remind you that I'm still here, yeah. It just I feel really conflicted about that because I see so many. Because I don't know. I've known Tony Redband for a long time, and like I just see so many people that like find a reason to be around them just for like personal gain and shit like that, and like especially being someone who has gained personally from knowing them. Like I have to be I want to be very careful about how I like present myself and carry myself, because someone could very easily say like, oh well, the only reason Yonder's like hanging out with him like that is so that they'll like, you know, keep letting him do secret show, or, you know, keep letting him, you know, do whatever, or like use the Kill Tony platform to like help himself. Like I never want that to be the case, man. I want to earn it on my merit, you know? And I mean, dude, I'm sure if I walked in there, I mean, it's not like me and Joe were buddies or nothing like that, but like if he saw me, he would recognize who I was. Like it would be a thing. I'm sure we would give each other a hug. But like I ain't trying to like, I don't know. I just see too many people that just try to bottle rocket their way into this, and they just go all the way to the top too fast. But then when they pop, they burn out too quick, and it's just not worth the hype. And I'm not trying to be a bottle rocket. I'm trying to be like an eternal flame. It might not be that extravagant, but it doesn't go out. Like, I don't know. That's one of the sides of myself that I don't really share a whole lot, is how what's the perfect word? How closely I watch my actions, if that makes any sense. Like I just have to closely watch how I interact with everybody, because I know that I have these like narcissistic tendencies, but like I'm so aware of them that it almost cancels out. They're still there, but I'm so aware of it that it almost like cancels out itself. But I think the fact that I worry so much about it would mean that I'm not as narcissistic as I like to say that I am. But I think that everybody is at a certain level. Everybody has a certain level of like selfishness and narcissism that not a lot of people are comfortable admitting. Like, but I'm comfortable with admitting that like, yeah, I have shit that's like maybe not, I don't know, shit that's maybe not the best, like maybe not the best thoughts taking other people into account go into it. Maybe I'm worried too much about myself in these situations. They're like feeling like I'm and the thing is like I know that I value that these people value my friendship, and they value my time around them and everything, and sometimes I might get a little too much where I feel like I'm just in the way. But I always just feel I don't want to feel like I'm in the way, and I don't want to feel like I'm wearing out my welcome, and I don't want people to ever have any stock to put in the fact that like, oh yeah, we don't want Yonder around, and I don't want anybody to ever be able to say that and be right, in the right. Like usually if people don't want me around, that usually says more about them than it does about me. And I like to maintain that. And that's where the narcissism comes in, is because I know that to be a truth. I know that there are some people who are threatened by the type of personality that I have, And I know that some of these people might be, they might take the way that I live my life and the way that I like the morals that I have and shit. They might take that personally. They might take that to heart. And it might, like, for instance, I don't drink and I don't do cocaine and I don't party, so some people might think that, oh well, because I do these things, he's already not on my side. So yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling too much, and I didn't even need to. I don't even need to smoke this GB that I got packed up that I haven't smoked. Packed it up 36 minutes ago and haven't hit it yet. I don't really have a favorite spot I like to hang out at. I like to hang out at Sunset Strip. That's my favorite spot to hang out. And I know that's where work is. But other than my house, I really dig being home, man. I am a homebody. Yeah, let's hit this GB. Why not? But yeah, like, I know I have a personal invitation, like a running invitation to go and hang out over at Missy's afterwards and be part of everything, and like but I've heard tell of people that go over there and they get the invitation and they go over there and they end up embarrassing themselves, and then it ends up being a topic of conversation amongst the comedy community. Like, a word travels fast around the campfire. Like, oh, this guy came over to Missy's the other night. Man, he was just getting on everybody's nerves. And I know that I'm not. I know that I'm not the kind of guy. I know that I'm not the kind of guy that sort of thing would happen to. I know I would be fine to hang out. And to be honest, I usually crush the hang when I'm part of it. But it's so hard for me to convince myself to go and be a part of it. Like, everybody from work, they're going to go have this big pool party on Sunday, and I need to go be part of extracurricular stuff more often. But it scares me. It really just scares me, and I can't explain why. It's just the thought of not being home in the place where I feel safe has been crippling me for 37 years. And it still has that hold over me, even states away. I feel like, oh, I could I felt like, man, moving away from South Carolina, getting out of there. Maybe that'll maybe that'll fix it all. Maybe that'll make me comfortable with leaving my house. I live in a city where things are actually happening that I want to be a part of, and I can be a part of these things. And yeah, just the fact that I can be a part of these things, it makes me think, well, man, I'm a fool for just running home every night. And yeah, I usually leave my ego Uh, I I try to like live or try to act in a certain way to where like it is kind of without ego as much as I can, and just even those little times where it does creep back in, I call myself a narcissist. Um, no, I don't do flower pattern shirts. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I would like people would they'd see that I'm just a fake, you know? They'd see that I'm just after I hang out with them long enough, they'll see that I'm just like oh, he's just playing a role for us, and that's what we liked about it. He's just a fake. And I fear that this will happen. I don't think that I don't know. It could. It could happen. I could just say something stupid one day and just fuck myself up. Yeah, but Pooter, the truth is, I'm already approachable enough. I know only people who have probably met me in real life know this. But I really feel like it happens more to me than most people, where just people generally just walk up to, and it doesn't. Like, I thought that maybe it's because I'm sitting out front, uh, and I'm sitting in a position to where it looks like if someone needed help or advice, I would be the person to ask because I'm sitting there working with a staff shirt on. But this has happened where I have come down from Secret Show with my guitar on my back, not at work, just like looking completely different than I look when I'm downstairs, and people still walk up to me to ask questions. Like I say that I have side quest energy as a bit, but dude, that shit's real. I really do have side quest energy. People just want to come up to me and find out where their next quest is going to go. Do not let fear close the doors of opportunity that await you. Embrace the unknown with courage. It's through these open doors that the true potential is revealed. Well put. Well put indeed. And to be perfectly honest, like, it's not. And I act like, dude, here's the thing. I act like I'm completely out of the loop, which I'm not, dude. I'm just at Sunset a lot. But I don't know. Uncle Joey's still making it a point to speak to me when he walks when he like comes in the room and sits down, and like Theo walked around and shook everybody's hand. And it's just, I mean, Tony did the same thing, and me and Tony were talking about Club Shay Shay for a second, like Shannon Sharp's podcast in passing. I heard somebody say something to him about Club Shay Shay where they were talking about him on that, and I was like, dude, literally the only non-comedy podcast I listen to. It's the best. And Tony listens to it as well, and he was like, yeah, me too. Him and Hassan were playing Mario Kart. Playing each other Mario Kart. It was just, but that being said, like, dude, I'm in it. I have no bad blood. None of them have ill will. They're gonna have no ill will towards any or no. They have no ill will towards me. And to be perfectly honest, at this point, I don't think I can wear. I don't think I'll wear out my welcome. Surely I'll be fine and accepted if you know. Just I don't know. All these people are very happy with my place in this circle, and I think I am too. I'm just, as much as I like to say I'm patient, I'm not as patient as I like to pretend to be. And that's one of the little things that like is a farce that I put up. Uh, yeah, I guess it does look cool to just carry a guitar around. I wonder if I'd do that if I couldn't play one. Imagine that, carrying a guitar around. Just like, yeah, well, just in case I meet anybody that knows how to play it, I like to hear it get played. I can't play it, but can you play it? Yeah, boy, I love to hear somebody play it if they can play it. That's a silly character. Um, yeah. It's really just me sitting at home on Thursday nights thinking, man, what if tonight was the night that could have changed my life if I would have went to Mitzi's with everybody? But now I'm just sitting here feeling like I would have felt if I would have still been in South Carolina, thinking like, man, what if I would have moved to Austin a couple years ago when I planned on it? Man, that would have been fun. I could be there for all that. Now I am here. I guess there's nowhere else I just there's nowhere else I would rather be right now than here. Like I can't walk away from this. Like I have to find a way to make this work. Like I can't go back home to play music. And honestly, like it was real talk. I've here lately. I've been toying with the idea of like just going to make a few weeks worth of gig money. But I'll tell y'all something else. We'll get real. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm only going to do about an hour on this one. So the fact that I left my hometown of Bennettsville, South Carolina when I was 18 or 19 years old to move to Garden City Beach, South Carolina, right outside of Myrtle Beach when I was 19 was insane. My Aunt Marie said, I'll give you 3 months, you'll be back. And 3 months went by, I wasn't back. Then a year, and then 5, and then 10. And I never went back home, and I made it a point. Yeah, my folks helped me out a lot. My folks helped me out a lot. Whenever, but I never went back home. And like I made it a point to never have to go back. And I didn't. I made it work. Eviction notices, like bills not getting paid. I always figured out a way to get out of it. And it always worked out. And then to leave there to come to Austin, Texas, after literally building up my brand, building up my name, Kelsey Hudgens, in the Myrtle Beach area. Like, that name carried weight and respect. Not to sound a certain way, but it did. And to leave that to come out here, it has landed me in the most interesting position. And I'm grateful that I left. I do very much miss the money and the lifestyle that I could afford at that time of my life. I miss the fact that I kind of got the cheat code on the game. You know, I figured out how to make money enough to spend as much as I wanted, and I wouldn't. Like, I got to the point of where I didn't have to really worry about how much shit cost no more. You know, I could just get things if I wanted them. And I thought that was the goal, but I was still just sad. But getting out here and falling into a similar situation to where I go to work, and when I get done at work, I don't want to be nowhere else but home. I'm just like, my mental timer has, like my mental, that hourglass has run out of sand. And I don't have the capacity to continue to hang out and also make it through the rest of the week. Like, I saw something about like how, like, if you have too much fun, you are borrowing fun from the future. And that's how it feels like for me, is like, if I go out and I'm like social and I hang out with everybody, that's going to come back on me to where sometime during the week I'm going to need some of that social energy, but I will have already spent it. And yes, to recharge. Like, that's what it is. I have to recharge. Sometimes I can't. And I know that they say you shouldn't say I can't. You shouldn't say I can't do something. And I suppose that that's true. But I think after 37 years, even if I can, it's going to be very hard for me to, like, shift that, to shift that thought process. It's going to take a while to, like, change the way I think about that particular, or maneuver through that particular forest in my mind. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes any sense. But I do know that I need to start being more part of the hang and not coming home and pouring myself into these movies that I watch, or these endless YouTube rabbit holes that I go down, or even this video game that I get to the end of and realize, shit, man, like, this game, in fact, might not be as bussin' as I thought it was. I think that just being here is enough for now. I think being here and remaining in a place where I think being here in a place where all of this stuff is going down and I'm able to be a part of these small hangs that I do get to be a part of. Maybe that's enough for now. It's like when I was doing P90X, I remember he would always say, "Don't overdo yourself. We don't want you to get hurt. We want you to get healthy. So you try your best. And don't worry if you get it perfect. Don't worry if you get it right or wrong. None of us got this stuff right or wrong when we first started it. And we've been doing it a very long time now. You're not going to be able to do this the way that we're able to do this. So don't kill yourself over this. Just do what you can. And you'll get better at it. Just do what you can and you will continuously get better at that." And I did. And I'm really trying to convince myself of that all the time. And I know that all I have to do is just continue to move forward at any speed. Moving forward at any speed is forward. And just I've been here for going on 3 years. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here for 3 more years. And this will be these will be some of the years that I'll look back and be like, man, I was really wasting a lot of time like worrying about getting in the way or not, being overly too much part of the hang, when maybe I should just stop trying to run home and start trying to live my life a little bit. Because I don't really live my life much when I'm working. And I live it even less when I'm here sitting in this room in front of this desk, in front of this screen, just like wasting away in the literal comedy capital of the world. And I want to be a comedian. But I'm not showing the universe that I want to be a comedian. Because I'm only doing comedy when it's convenient for me. And comedy isn't convenient. It's not born from convenience. It's the exact opposite. Comedy is a reaction to an inconvenient life. Comedy is a guttural reaction to an inconvenient life. There is no room for convenience within comedy. I should be out there. I should be out there where I feel uncomfortable, where it is inconvenient for me. That's why I'm stuck in the mud. That's why I'm not getting where I want to get. Because I'm not letting the universe know that I want it. I used to call these aha moments whenever I would do the MI Stuff podcast back in the day, where I would just talk and talk and talk and then finally say the one thing that's like, oh, that's why I've been saying these useless words for the last 40 minutes, so that those could fall out. You throw shit to the wall and see what sticks. So I just ramble nonsensically for however long I've rambled. Just to convince myself that the reason I'm not where I think I should be is because I'm not working hard enough to be in that position, to be in that place. I'm not proving to the world that I want to do this thing. I'm not proving it to universe. I'm not proving it to God or whatever you want to call that thing. So therefore, I have no room to complain. All right, we're over an hour. Let's do this, GB. This has been my therapy session for the night. Anyhow, that's that. Now, I'm going to watch. You know what? I'm actually going to save that show for tomorrow. I'm going to watch Tires, the Shane Gillis show. The new Shane Gillis Netflix show came out. So many people are in it, dude. My homie Tommy Pope in that show. Stavi. Karen Feehan. Several other people that are just straight up homies that are in that show. It's going to be so fucking good. Anyway, roll tide to each and every one of y'all. And I appreciate you for being here and listening to me ramble. I will do my best to finish out the Baldur's Gate thing and not leave you hanging on that forever. But it's going to be a little while. I'm still enjoying, like, not to be a certain way about it, but I was on camera for a lot of my free time over the last couple of months. And it's been nice to just not be on camera and be able to, like, catch up on movies and shit. Watching a lot of Godzilla movies. I recommend Shin Godzilla and Godzilla -1. Both of those are incredible. I really do. I suggest you watch those. Also, Ryer Cameraman's Hole in the Pen Cap. Watch that. Watch The Solid Show. Derek and Hassan. Watch Joe Rogan Experience with my homie Brian Redband. It's so crazy, dude. This dude's just like on the Joe Rogan Experience, and then just hanging out, cutting up in a room, being silly with his friends, man. Like, boy, life is pretty rad, isn't it? Anyway, you guys are the best, and I appreciate you all. Austin, Texas, I will be doing stand-up comedy Saturday night at Vulcan Gas Company. I'm doing 2 shows. 3 shows, actually. I'm doing a Best of Vulcan at 7:30, and I believe another one at 10 o'clock. Or those may be a different name. It might be Alive and Kicking Saturday night. So 7:30 and 10 o'clock and midnight. So I'm on 3 shows at Vulcan on Saturday. So that's going to be pretty rad. Anyway, be good people. I'm going to let y'all go out with a little Catching Lightning. The lyrics were always very, I love these lyrics, and I never had anything to put them in, so the AI did its work. But listen to the words of this thing. I've always enjoyed the way these words fit together. Anyway, roll tide to you and be good, people. Night, night, everybody.
Just like catching lightning, you must reach before it strikes, or else it's gone forever, leaving shades of fading light. I've held my hand out longing just to feel the burn again. Heavy hearted, I've come hoping if it strikes, I'll be there when my heart knows the words and they pour out of my hands. The weight of what they carry would destroy a weaker man. Safe they stay till ready to make themselves be known, to fall onto the page of their new home. Fall onto the page of their